Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Vanessa and I'm an author from Toronto, Canada, and I publish under the pen name Sage. I write a lot of mystery, a lot of magic, a lot of mayhem, as you may have noticed from the intro. And on this channel, if you are new here and you want to consider subscribing, what I do here is I share a lot of tips and tricks, things that I've learned along the way as the publishing person, having been both indie and traditionally published. I talk a lot about planners because I love planners. We are going to talk about that more because I am going to bring planners back to this channel. And I talk a lot about tech. If you haven't seen my latest video, I have received a Kobo Libra color a little bit early and I did a review on that, comparing it to the Kindle Paperwhite that I also have. And I love it. And it's gotten a lot of really good feedback. People are really watching it. So watch that video. I'll link it in the cards. But that's kind of what we do on this channel. The other thing that we do on this channel is because I'm an author, I want to give you kind of like a glimpse behind the scenes. And so a lot of times what I'll do is either vlogs when I have like a big writing day or a project day, and I haven't done those in a bit, but we will get back to doing those this month. And I also do these author chats, which is something that I do once a month. And I try to catch you up on kind of what is going on for the month, what's been happening, what deadlines I'm on, what books I'm working on, what books I'm reading sometimes, and all that good stuff. A lot of times I have other businesses that I run. So I'm also a book coach, and I am also a book cover designer, and so and a ghostwriter. And there's a lot that I've got juggling, lots of balls in the air. And so I try to kind of talk about that on these author chats so I can catch you up on what's going on. That way I figured you get a really good glimpse of what it really takes to be an author, because a lot of the times authors don't just work at writing. I mean, some of the really lucky ones that get to do that do, but for the rest of us, we do have other jobs, whether it's day jobs or other things that we do in the publishing world, which is kind of the direction that I took. I want to work for myself. I like running businesses. I like being creative. After the whole pandemic thing happened, I started my own business and I haven't looked back. I just kind of said I could never work for somebody else again this way, except my clients, of course, but I really wanted my own business and I wanted to keep thriving at it. And so I've pivoted, I've changed, I moved things around, and this is where I am at now. So for this author chat, there's been a lot since the last one that happened. I think when we did the last author chat, I was still working on Six Brews Under, and I was still working on a ghostwriting book that I was working on. And there's like a couple of other things that I was working on. I can't remember. I haven't rewatched that one, but there's a lot happening right now behind the scenes, and I'm really, really excited to go into what is becoming to be summer finally. If you are in Canada anywhere, you know that we need this because we don't get a lot of it. We have like winter, like a month of summer basically, and then construction season. So we need this. I'm super excited for it. We do have a trip planned. There's going to be a week, 2 weeks, I think, where I'm going to be like basically off grid. So my husband's family has all these cottages in New Brunswick, and it's kind of in the middle of nowhere, and it's great because you get to really like not be online. Everybody comes from all over the world at the same time every single year, and this is the first time that we're gonna go and take our little girl. She's 2 years old, and it's our first time going with her. There's gonna be all these other kids there. We're really excited. So I'm gonna be completely offline for those 2 weeks. I'm putting a stop in my calendar, in my coaching calendar. I'm putting like a hard stop on cover design, a hard stop on writing, all of that, any kind of deadlines, because I just want to go and relax. Although, who am I kidding? I'll probably still take my free ride with me, and I will do some writing while I'm there because, you know, my publication schedule doesn't stop, unfortunately. But there will be no social media, none of that stuff. I'm going to be like off the grid as I can be. I'm making it sound like we're going to go live like in a treehouse. We're not. There's going to be Wi-Fi. There's going to be all of that. I'm just not going to use it. So let me just clarify. So I'm super excited for that in August, but that means this girl got to work her little butt off right now. And so what have I been doing? So Six Brews Under, completed. So I got back my editorial letter. It was so good. I am so pleased with it. There was like some changes that we had to do, but overall the book was so well received, and I'm really, really excited for that. There's one more in this series that I'm working on, and I'll chat about it in a second. But Six Brews Under, out of my hands now. It is done. It's doing whatever it's doing with the publisher. They're going through the pre-publication process right now. We're setting up like arcs and all of that. So that's upcoming. And I'll have more news. If you are an ARC team or if you want to join an ARC team, just make sure that you contact me. So you can contact me on my, sign up for my newsletter below, and then you will get emails from me as kind of like a welcome sequence, and feel free to respond to any of those. One of them will be, I believe, a call for ARC. I don't know if I still have it there because I think I closed it for a short amount of time because the publisher has their own ARC team. And so I kind of sent people their way. But if you're interested in Cozy Mysteries, Six Brews Under is coming up on an ARC soon. So make sure you sign up below. And then my ghostwriting book that I was working on, again, that is done. Also really well received. I am very, very excited for that one. I have been working a lot on cover design projects. I've slowed down on them for a bit. I've taken on more right now, just because I kind of want to stay in that world. I do love to design covers. And so I've taken on a lot of Kickstarter type covers for people that are working on that, special editions, foil covers, things like that. Lots of typography work. I'm really into typography work now. So I'm taking on more of those. I have taken a lot of nonfiction clients for covers as well. And so I'm trying to expand my portfolio in cover design because I think it got to the point where I was so proficient with fantasy design and that's all I was doing. And it was becoming very repetitive for me. And as a creative person, I just wanted to try new things and do different things. And so I am doing more on the cover design portion of it. I'm booking up for the rest of the year. I'm spreading it out because I know that I'm going to be heavy in publication. Writing things. What are the writing things that I'm working on? So quite a few. I am working, so I just finished, I got an exception into an anthology that I was really excited for. I cannot say anything about it yet, but I will be announcing a lot of stuff soon. So both here, probably in community, or on the next author chat, depending how timing lines up with when it comes out. Or on my newsletter. So just make sure you're on that. I keep saying that, but that's like the fastest way to communicate with me because all the news always come there, and in my Facebook group as well. If you want to join Sages in the Circle, those are the two areas where I kind of do my author things like fast. And at the first, you get like exclusive peeks. There's like chapters I share ahead of time, snippets, cover reveals come early, all of that stuff. So if you're there, you're there. Let's see what else. So we got so the anthology, and then there's also a short story for a different anthology submission that I am also working on, and that one I am beyond thrilled for because it is a genre slightly new to me. So it's still kind of a mystery, but it's more gothic horror really. And it's a short story, which I've never done a short story before. So like a lot of times I've done anthologies and novellas, but anthologies are usually like, for me, they've ended up somewhere between 10 and 15,000 words, which isn't a short story. I mean, it's a very long short story. So, but the short story is, I gotta tell you guys, so if you write short stories, can you please comment below and tell me how you do it? Because it is hard. This thing is kicking my butt, you guys. I have somehow managed to squeeze the entire plot that I had, which was basically the plot for a book, into this short story. And the other day, I was just talking to my writing mastermind group that I'm part of. I was just talking to them and I said I had like a major breakthrough. And so I didn't really like where this was going and I kept dreading writing it. And I didn't know why, because I should be excited about it. Like gothic horror mystery, like what can we not love about that, right? For adults too. It's right up my alley. It's what I read like the most of right now, it seems. Although I've been, and I'll say it in a second, but I have been on like a paranormal romance or a romance kick lately. I guess kind of paranormal. I don't know. Anyways. So I didn't know why I was so stuck. And then I had a breakthrough for the twist. And from this breakthrough of the twist, I came up with some more twists and some more revelations, which made it into a really creepy kind of, gave it like even a darker theme. And I talked about it to my husband and he basically said that that's, you know, creepy AF, which is a thumbs up for me. It means I'm doing my job. And now I am so excited. I am about 1,200 words away from finishing. And these 1,200 words are the most crucial because kind of up to this point, the way I've set up this this short story is I want like 2/3 of it to basically be almost a build up. So you're like building up atmosphere and mood, and it's kind of trippy, and you're getting into like the character and her head and what's going on. And then the last third of the book, I just want it to be bam, 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 like twist, 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 right? Until the big kind of reveal. And the ending is going to be a little bit sad, but also happy. So it's because it's got those other like dark undertones basically. And so now I'm in that bam, bam, bam part, and I am itching. Like after I do this today, I'm going to spend like most of the afternoon finishing up nonfiction, which we'll talk about now. But then I'm doing work. Like I have drinks with a friend tonight, but before that, all I'm going to do is just sit there and like write some of these scenes because I'm very, very excited about them. They might not connect. I might connect them later, but I'm really excited about what they are. I already have like the words rolling in my head of what's coming. And that brings me to my next writing project, which is the nonfiction. So I've talked about it a little bit, but Crafting Cozies, it's a nonfiction that is coming out that I'm working on, and it's all about teaching authors, whether they're new authors or new to the genre authors, or they've got a couple out, but they're just thinking of how to improve it, on how to write cozy mysteries. So I have written my own. So I know you have Orchard Hollow. I'm also working on a spin-off on that. So I've got like a few cozy mysteries under my belt. I've done a lot of mystery writing for most of my career. It's been like some kind of mystery writing. And I also ghostwrite mystery. So I've got like a lot of like a knowledge base up here that I've kind of collected over the years. And I'm putting it all into a nonfiction book. Now, the thing about Crafting Cozies, and I'll put the cover here because there's a cat. He's wearing like little glasses and a Sherlock hat. So like, can we just please? It's so cute. I'm so excited about this cover. I did design it myself. I'm very proud of it. So Crafting Cozies. It's not here anymore. I don't know why I keep pointing. But that book, I don't. So a lot of times, I want to preface this because I don't think there's anything wrong with this. It's about personal preference. But a lot of times when I pick up books and they say like the ultimate guide to whatever, and it's a craft book or a nonfiction of some sort, when I read it, I do not feel like it is the ultimate guide. A lot of times it feels like it is just a guide that was bulked up with other things that distract me from the main purpose of getting the book. And this is a personal choice. Again, I just want to keep saying that. And I don't feel like it's ultimate because there's a lot of stuff in there that I don't think is like relevant. And to me, it almost feels like it's just there to make this ultimate guide, like to put as much as you can into it, which I totally get because some people really need every single detail laid out. I do not want to do this with this book. I want it to be like literally what I would want if I was starting out writing cozy mysteries. What would I want to know? So some of the things that are going to be in this book, and these are the things that I really want to know about, is essentially what a cozy mystery is, because I think the definition of it varies across the board sometimes. I would want to know what kind of character work you need to do in a cozy mystery, what setting you would need to do. Most importantly, I would want to know how to craft a puzzle, how to do the mystery part, how you would work the supporting cast, what a series in a cozy mystery would look like. I would want to know about editing a cozy mystery because the way that I edit might not be the way that other people edit, and you might benefit from the way that I edit my books. I'd want to think about like writing style. How do you make things like humor? How do you add humor to a cozy mystery? Because those are important, right? So these are the things that I want to talk about. I have considered talking about cozy mystery book cover trends. However, I think what I might do with that instead is do a video here on this channel because, and the reason for that being either a video on this channel or it might be a video and kind of like link it on the cozy mystery like books, because that's going to be under an SSH. It's under my full name, like not my pen name, A.N. Sage. And that's going to be on my ssh.com, like coaching and nonfiction. I'm going to add more nonfiction books to it and some courses, I think, in the future. But that's going to be there, and I might embed the YouTube video there as well. Because cover trends change, so quickly. They don't change as quickly in cozy mystery. They've kind of been around like for a while. But I didn't want to add that to the book because I want this book to be more evergreen. Like I don't want somebody to read this book like 5 years down the line and the cover trend section no longer applies. Everything else I'm writing in there so far is something that is so intrinsic to the cozy mystery genre that it will always apply. So however you want to use this, it'll be there. So another thing I really wanted to include in this cozy mystery book is the beat sheet, right? So I've gotten a lot of questions, and we've done a video on this channel about cozy mystery beat sheets. I have since revised that beat sheet to kind of make it even more perfect for the genre. And so that's going in the book. I'm going to have templates for character work, templates for how to set up your series Bible, templates for how to organize your suspects and their relationships to one another, and clues and all of that. So I'm going to have a lot of that stuff in there. And that to me is what an ultimate is. Like for me, I don't care that if the book is going to be 500 pages long or like 200 pages long, you know, although at this point it's looking like kind of an in between there, because it's not the bulk of the book. I want the information to be there. I don't want people to read through and have to skip through parts because they feel like they're just like kind of fluff, right? Every single thing, every sentence that I'm writing in there right now is relevant to what I want to say, and it's important. And so that way you can absorb as much knowledge as you can from it. And so that is the nonfiction. And I am going to be finishing up that draft section this weekend, which means I'm going to go into editing with it next week, and then it will go to an editor and beta readers and all of that stuff. So stay tuned. Arcs for that also will be coming up soon, but we'll do more reveals and blurbs and all of that later. Make sure you're checking the community posts for that, because I think I'll be posting a lot of that stuff in there. And then finally, the last kind of writing thing that I'm doing is I am working on a submission for a game, like for game writing. And that is a whole beast unto itself. I can't say too much about it now, but let's just say that it's completely new to me and it is a learning curve. And I have an editor there that I'm working with, and I'm sure they're sick of me because I ask a lot of questions. But also like it's taking me some time to like make my way through it, because there's a lot that goes into writing for video games as opposed to writing for not video games. They're like more like choice games. So they're more interactive novels kind of. I know I said video games because I'm thinking of playing video games later tonight. It's very different from writing a book or a novel, a novella, or a short story or any of that. There's a specific format. There's things that you need to consider. Everything has to fall into place. Everything is connected. It spans off into different like kind of areas that all have to connect somehow, because you're reading, like the reader has to go through this whole adventure basically that they choose. And so everything has to interconnect. So that's going to be, so I'm working on that as well. Next thing. So book coaching, I have come down with how many clients I have, but now I'm starting to pick them back up again. And so it's a slower month in May, but then afterwards it's going to pick up quite a bit again. And I really love book coaching. I feel like I really help authors a lot, and it's really gratifying to hear what they have to say and how happy they are, and when seeing their books come out, like it's been great. So that's been really lovely. And what else? So Glitter Fritter, my Etsy shop, I've opened it back up again. Oh, sorry. I don't have too much time to devote to it at the moment because of all this other stuff that I have going on. Because I still have like 1 million books to finish this year, and we're already like getting through the year. So I don't have time to update that, but I'm really, really kind of sad about, because I really love that shop. But I think maybe later in the year, I will have some more updates. We still have the Oracle decks in there. All the bookmarks are still there. I'm thinking I might work on another bookmark, just kind of in the next month or so, to add to the shop. And that might be a design that's coming out, because I really, really love that shop, and I don't want to have to close it down. Now, the things that I have closed down. I forgot to mention on the writing side, I am still working on the picture book. So I had to stop because it was heavy publication. I had 2 books due at the same time, so I had to stop. But now in May, starting it up again, and every morning I devote to doing like some work on the picture book. And for me, as long as that project is done by the end of the year, I will be happy because I'm not putting a timeline on it. This is a passion project, and I'm tired of turning things that are passion into career choices because then they become less passionate. And on that note, I am bringing some of my planner videos and all of that back to this channel. I know I've separated that before because I did the bullet journal thing. And then I realized that I don't have time. And the bullet journal thing, because I did a channel, as I just mentioned, and an Instagram account and all of this stuff, I realized that I made it a lot less fun for myself that way. And so now I had this bullet journal that I really enjoyed doing for myself. But then as soon as I started putting all this work into it, I did not enjoy it. So it felt like a job, and I didn't want it to be a job. I just wanted it to be a fun planning thing for me. It also took a lot of effort. And while I really love bullet journaling, I think I'm going to stick to it. And once in a while I might bullet journal, once in a while I might decorate the bullet journal because I really love that Archer Knoll beautiful bullet journal that I have. But I got the new Erin Condren planners. Hear me out. They just arrived, and I think it's going to simplify my life because I'm not going to be spending so much time decorating and stamping and doing all of that. I'm just going to literally write my to-do list. And then I can decorate and stamp in my bullet journal to all my heart's desire just for funsies whenever I have time. So get ready for some more, I guess, planner videos and all kinds of writing planner videos. And then the other, I don't think I have it. I think it's somewhere. Maybe not here. I put it somewhere, but reading wise, I have been reading a lot. I'm trying to read more widely. And so I've been reading Divine Rivals. So I started Divine Rivals. I love it, by the way. I don't know if you read the 2 books, but I'm on the 2nd book right now. I'm nearly done. And I just absolutely love this book. It is a romance, which is new to me. And there's not, like, I thought there's going to be more like fantasy, paranormal, whatever, maybe not paranormal, but more fantasy in it. And there's some. And I thought there was going to be like a mystery type thing. And I guess there's some. But for the most part, it is very much a romance. And I don't usually even read romances. And so I read it and I love it to the point where I now have so many versions of this book. So I got the Kindle version originally. And I got the version. I then tested it because then I got the Kobo. So I got Calibre as an app, and I wanted to play with it. Obviously, I wouldn't use it for anything but personal use, for books I already bought, and just to keep a library. I mostly wanted because somebody mentioned on this channel on my review of Kobo that you can keep your annotations on the Kobo, on the Calibre, as like notebooks and stuff. And so I need to test that out because I really want to keep those annotations as separate, just in case, something happens to my Kobo or something like that. I don't know. But I wanted to also test like side loading books and like what happens with books you bought in Kindle, not KU, because that would be like or go against like the author's terms and Amazon terms and all of that. But Amazon does let you download books that you've bought, like ebooks that you've bought. So you can read them on, I guess, your other devices or like on your computer or on your phone or whatever, not through the Kindle app. I'm assuming, or like on a different Kindle, maybe. I'm assuming they do this because people have multiple devices that they could use. I don't know. I haven't looked 100% into it. If you know more about this, please let me know in the comments. But I've tried, I've tested it with Divine Rivals and I moved it onto my Kobo, and I didn't like how the cover looked because like when you side load onto a Kobo, the cover gets all like kind of cropped up. And I didn't like how that looked. So I also bought it for a Kobo. So I have 2 ebook versions of the 2 books. And then somebody sent me a hardcover version of Divine Rivals. And I absolutely really loved it because it's beautiful and there's like a typewriter inside on the cover and it's all like gold and all of that. But then I found special editions. And so I got the special editions of the 2 books. And then what I did was I realized that the German special edition has these beautiful, the most beautiful, I think, sprayed edges that I have seen so far on any book. Like they are gorgeous, they're ombre, there's letters, it's stunning. So that's in the mail. So now I think I love this book so much, even though it's completely off base for any genre that I read, that I now have like a million different versions of it, which is great because I love to support the author and that's awesome. But my God, does anybody else do that? Tell me you do. Tell me I'm not the only one. But that's kind of like on the reading side. I've been reading that. I've been really enjoying it. I am going to get more back into like the thriller and mystery, which is what I really like to read right after this. Kind of like a little shock to the system, you know. That's what I'm reading, but I want to know what you're reading. So let me know. Tell me what you're reading right now. Are you reading outside of your genre and all of that? And now this author chat has gone on forever. So I'm going to log off here. And I'm going to say that I hope you guys, as always, stay magical. I really, really love that you're here. Thank you for being here. If you watched to the end, you're flipping amazing. I am just loving making videos on this channel. I'm going to keep making them for you guys. And as always, I will see you next week for yet another video. Bye.